You did it. You built a 15-minute audit from video 1. You have your dashboard. You built the 2-account profit first system from video 2. And now you have control. And if you miss any of those, the links are in the description below. Stop and watch them first. So why are you still anxious? Why are you still opening your profit and loss, looking at the numbers, feeling that familiar dread? And then closing the tab and going back to being busy. Stop for a second. Is this you? You have the clarity, you have the systems, but you do not have the rhythm. You are still treating your finances like an emergency, not like a system. You are still stuck in this reaction mode. So here's the truth. Clarity without rhythm is just organized anxiety. Today, we are going to fix that. We are going to build the 90-minute system that transforms you from this reactive hustler into an intentional operator. And it's not just an agenda. It's a habit. When I was stuck in the pantry office, grinding the 16-hour days, my problem was not just this 18% clarity penalty. That was a symptom. The real disease, I was 100% the hustler and 0% the operator. Even as a CPA, I spent all my time doing the work and 0 time reviewing the machine. I had to force a system, a rhythm, that will pull me out of the pantry and force me to be the CEO. That is the system. But to build it, we need to understand the science of habits. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, gave us the 4 laws of behavior change. We're going to use those 4 laws to build this 90 minutes cadence so it becomes automatic. Grab a pen. This is the how-to. First, to build the habit, you have to make it obvious. This is your cue. You cannot find the time for this. You must make the time. This 90-minute block is sacred. It is a non-negotiable. It is as important as a meeting with your biggest client. So here's the how-to. Open your calendar right now. Find the second Tuesday of every month for the rest of the year. Block out 90 minutes, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Title it The CEO Rhythm. That's your cue. Now, let's design the environment. This meeting does not happen at your messy desk with 1,000 tabs open. This meeting happens in a sacred place. Go to a conference room. Go to a coffee shop. The only things in front of you are your profit and loss, your bank statements, and a blank notebook. Turn off your email. Turn off your phone notifications. You are designing the environment to make the cue so obvious. Second, you must make it attractive. This is the craving. This is the mindset shift. If you call this bookkeeping, you will never do it. Bookkeeping is a chore. It's a cost. It is something you avoid. This is not bookkeeping. Let me be clear here. This meeting is not where you're going to do the bookkeeping. The books must be closed before this meeting starts. This is the meeting where you review those numbers either by yourself or with the bookkeeper to find the story. This is your freedom cadence. This is your build the machine time. This is the 90 minutes where you stop being an employee in your business and start being an owner. You have to want to do this. And for that, you have to reframe the why. I'm doing this so I never have to wake up at 3 a.m. with a financial anxiety again. I'm doing this so that I can buy back my time. Make it attractive. Third part of the law of his book is that we must make it easy. This is the response. The reason you avoid your numbers is because it feels overwhelming. You look at this 5-page report and you do not know where to even start. You're trying to solve everything at once. This is the failure of systems. This 90 minutes cadence, it's easy because the goal is not to fix everything. The goal is to make one decision. That's it. You're not boiling the ocean. You're just finding that one thing that will make the machine run better this month. So here's the agenda. Let's look at my screen real quick. So first and foremost, I want to make sure that this is not a bookkeeping session, okay? This is a 90-minute strategic leadership meeting with you and your bookkeeper, and you do not do the bookkeeping here. The books must be closed before that, okay? So it's non-negotiable. It's 90 minutes. No bookkeeping allowed, and the goal is one decision, okay? You're not trying to solve every problem in your business. You're just trying to find that one decision that will make the biggest impact this month. And after you understand the rules of the meeting, let's talk about the agenda. For the first 20 minutes of the meeting, it's going to be about the data. You open your profit and loss, your bank statements, and look at the 3 key numbers from that financial fortress dashboard that we built in the previous videos. So first you ask about your gross margins. What is the percentage? Is it higher or lower than last month? Then operating overhead, okay, your engine's drag, okay, what is that total dollar amount? Is it higher or lower than last month? Then we'll talk about the cash runway, which is your fuel tank, okay? What's the number in months? Is it higher or lower than last month, okay? So that's it. That's the data. So now we turn into the story. For the next 40 minutes, this is part of the core of the meeting, is that you're going to find the story. You're going to be looking for the why. So here's one of my examples. Our revenue was higher than ever, but gross margins dropped by 8%. Why? So as you dig in this 40-minute part of the meeting, you find the answer. Oh, I see why. My team spent 40 extra non-billable hours to find a mistake for client X, and which drove, of course, our cost of goods sold to deliver that project to the client by 8% of our gross margins. Then, after you find out, let's look at what's working. Where did we win? As A. And remember, revenue was higher than ever, right? So our revenue for service Y was extremely profitable. The margin on those are 20% higher than the average. Wonderful. Now, let's look at what's broken. What's the friction, the leak, or the drag? And then you find out, oh yeah, we spent a fortune in a piece of software that only one person uses, and that 40 hours of rework on client X is a broken system. Perfect. So that is the next 40 minutes of the meeting. Then we go into the final 30 minutes, which is the decision. Remember, I want you to do one decision and one decision alone. So this is the part of the execution of our plan. So here's a problem that we discovered, that our team spent 40 hours on rework, killing your margins. So how are we going to act on that? Make sure you don't do any of these things. I will just review everything myself from now on. It's like, that is the wrong thing, but then I need to just tell the team to be more careful. I was like, no, don't say that. Here's what I would like for you to think about solving this problem, okay? And which is the part of the operator's mindset. We will create a 3-step quality control checklist for that service to ensure this mistake never happens again. So-and-so, one of your team members, is responsible for drafting it by Friday. Give it a time, and I guarantee we'll get it done. After all these 90 minutes that we spent, you leave that meeting knowing exactly what needs to be done. You just used 90 minutes to replace the 3 a.m. panic with an actionable, system-based decision that permanently improves your business. So 3 parts on that 90 minutes. So come back over here. The final part of James Clear's book is make it satisfying. To make a habit, you have to make it satisfying, and it has to be a reward. The reward is not the numbers. The reward is for you to feel in control. When you walk out of that 90 minutes meeting, you have an actual plan. That 3 a.m. fog is gone, and you have done the work. You have become the operator. That is the reward. So Here's my challenge to you. We are going to use the technique from Atomic Habits called habit stacking. Your challenge is to stack this new habit on top of one you already have. The challenge is, after I finish my first cup of coffee on a second Tuesday of the month, I will immediately open my CEO Rhythm folder and begin my 90 minutes cadence. But let's start with the cue. I want you to do this in the next 60 seconds. Open your calendar, find the second Tuesday of next month, block out that 90 minutes, entitled CEO Rhythm. When you've done it, come back to this video and comment below, schedule. That is your homework. Let's get to work.